Hello everyone, and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hi everybody.
We are back with part 21 of our Legend of Zelda Adventure Link Let's Play.
That we are.
I had a pen here, but I don't... Oh well.
Yeah, we went ahead of time to get to this location. Although, admittedly, it took a lot of damage to get here because of how dangerous and difficult the adventure can be.
I swear I had the other pen.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
It doesn't seem like the couch has it. Oh well. I'll have to check it out after we're done. Yeah, since it takes a while to get to the temple, we figured we'd just go off screen.
Yeah, deal with that hassle ahead of time. Though, as you can see, it took a lot of energy, and you might have seen from the previous sequence that it took a lot of lives. Pretty much all of our lives.
Yeah, but at least we can continue right from the temple, so we're not quite as worried about that.
True.
But here's hoping we can do this.
Yes, that's my life goal for today's part. And I also studied a little extra to figure out how to navigate this place.
I was going to say and face off against Ganon, but then I'm like, no, we don't face off against Ganon in this game. This is one of the few games where we don't face off against Ganon.
Right. The bad guys are trying to kill us to bring Ganon back to life.
Yes. Because if they kill Link, they get the Triforce of Courage.
Yes. And they're going to use that to bring the King of Evil back to life.
Yes.
But we want to use it to reunite all three Triforces.
Yes.
After we learned that there was a third Triforce.
Yes. So I'm hoping we are, the mic is close enough.
You want me to...
Just a pinch. Give us just a moment.
Alright.
Sorry for the noise.
That's quite alright. I just want to make sure that we're...
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Good. Alright.
And Connor is checking a map.
That I am. Because I realized that I think I got lost frequently in these episodes over this month.
Yeah, it did kind of seem like we were...
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, it did kind of seem like we were not getting anywhere in
fast
certain
enough.
Parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain parts, yeah. So...
There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, we are just kind of taking it easy.
Yep. Enjoying life, obviously, but...
Of course. Of course we're trying our best to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Jerk.
I wonder if this music would be different enough. I'll have to do a test, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll do a test at some point. Like, upload an unlisted video and see if it has an issue or not. Yeah, I think I will do that.
Okay. Just double checking.
Sorry for the pauses.
Okay.
So you guys will know how that test went. You would have already known how that went by whether the videos in April where we're at the final temple have the music or not. So
Yeah.
I know I said previously, oh, this is too close. YouTube will probably do it. I'll play it safe and not do it. But I think I should be able to make a small snippet. Maybe I'll like throw some edits or something on the visuals so that they won't be like, oh, you're doing a duplicate once I upload the episode.
Yeah.
I think that should be fine. And then if I do private or unlisted, it won't matter. So I might just do that.
Yeah.
I have to try things. I can't just be like, oh, I gotta be super cautious and take it off anyway. Which is what I was thinking before, but I'm like, you know what? Let's try it.
Alright.
Let me try a test. I might not always have that luxury in the future.
That's a fair point.
Like, I already know there are some games where inevitably I'm just going to probably have to cut stuff out and it makes me sad, but I might have to just play safe rather than sorry. With some games where I know for a fact there's copywritten music. And it breaks my heart because one of those games has a song by my favorite artist.
Yes.
And I'm like, I do not want to cut her song out because I want more people to hear her, darn it. So probably what I will do is I will tell you, like, the full name of the song and her name, and I'll be like, look it up, please.
Yes.
That's probably what I will end up doing when we play that game one day. What I don't know is, like, that game, since it uses her song as the theme, like, the actual title screen has like an instrumental of that song with slightly different music. So I don't know if YouTube will like recognize that and copyright it, or if because it's with different instruments they'll let it be. That's the part that I'm like iffy about. Which I can try to do some research beforehand. Like maybe I'll look up Let's Plays of that game and see if anybody has the title screen sequence to see if they left it in and if they have ads on their video. Because that would be a good indicator.
Killed by a blob.
Yes, embarrassing. Sorry, I was drinking some water.
That's quite alright. I think we're here.
Oh. Really? Already? Wow. Oh.
Our first boss.
Oh.
The actual lead villain.
What is this guy's name? I don't...
I believe it's
know.
called Darkheart.
Darkheart. Okay, yeah, I've heard... I just didn't know that guy specifically was Darkheart. Very interesting design. Very cool and kind of spooky.
Yeah, it is.
This is something where the limited graphics actually lend to it.
Nice. Yeah.
Because, you know, you're looking at it, you're like, whoa, that is a huge, threatening thing.
Yes.
Whereas, if they ever make a remake of this game, I guarantee you he won't look as threatening because all the not clear details will be fleshed out.
Right. Indeed.
So yes, there are 2 bosses. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, I had a feeling, because I know about a certain other boss.
Ah, I see.
I have not seen it in the game, but I have heard of a certain other boss. One that appears in a later game as a not main boss, but a kind of mini boss.
Yes.
I'm not spoiling it for the people who don't know. So.
Right.
It's like a long hallway with nothing, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah. The reason why this is...
Yeah, go ahead.
hilarious, but unfortunately...
I realized those guys you're fighting are like little mini Dark Hearts.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they kind of look like little mini Dark Hearts.
And they're bird-like. That makes me wonder.
Yeah.
Was this a whole different group of evil that decided to ally with the Moblins to revive Ganon?
Oh, shush. Noisy ATV guy.
For those who are not sure, a gentleman with an ATV might have been...
Yeah, I'm hoping that didn't show up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Yeah, playing with his motorcycle friends.
This is why I have to do my auditions early in the morning.
Yes, if you're ever curious.
You guys probably didn't know that about me, but I do my auditions early. I'm looking at the bosses.
Ah, okay.
Not Zelda's Adventure. No wonder why it was not coming up. I'm like, that's why I went, because the bosses were all like... Alright, never mind. It's not giving me what I want, so I will look later. It keeps giving me the other boss that I talked about. I was just trying to get a closer look at his sprite. Oh well. He's fine. I will look later. Sometimes Google's right on the same wavelength as you, and then other times it, like, misses the mark.
Yeah.
I mean, why did it think I wanted to see the bosses of the CDI Zelda game, Zelda's Adventure?
No idea. No idea why it thought you wanted to see that of all things.
Don't know. I know what I do pretty badly want to know.
What's that?
I want to know the names of the voice actors in both the Zelda CDI games and in Hotel Mario.
We better find the princess! And you've gotta help us!
I'm like, man, have those people ever been invited to conventions? If not, I would invite them. I would celebrate them. It's not their fault.
Yeah, they deserve to be celebrated, yeah.
Especially since I do a pretty good CDI Link, as I've shared before, so... I mean, I think.
I think you do, too.
Better than the 80s cartoon Link, which I guess I can do okay, but not great.
Well, excuse me, princess!
Yeah. Excuse me, princess. Yeah, it's not quite... I mean,
You're doing good. You almost got it.
He kind of reminded me of Aladdin's voice.
Yeah, he did.
If Aladdin wasn't quite as charming.
Yeah, not charming and bratty Aladdin.
Yeah. So, like, for the longest time, I'm like, maybe it is the same guy. No, completely different guy. Nope, not the same guy. That's probably for the better. If it was the same guy, that people would have been like, what happened?
Well, I wasn't really paid well, and I screwed around because I didn't really care, and I knew it was not going to be successful.
Right, they would have been like, you're such a good voice actor. I mean, actually, to be fair, the voice actor who did Link in the 80s cartoon was fine.
He was. He did a great job, I think,
I mean,
under the circumstances.
He played the character the way the character was written, so I can't hold him too accountable.
Same deal with Zelda.
Yeah. Oh no, Zelda was great. I mean, for that... I actually didn't mind Zelda too much. I think they could have made her a tad less... bossy? Is bossy the right word?
I wouldn't know.
I mean, I liked how independent she was, and I liked that she fought for herself. Something that does not happen often enough in the official Zelda games. And just helping Link out by, like, throwing the sword to him doesn't count.
Yes.
I want to see Zelda actually pick up a sword and, like, fight Ganon herself. So that's why I can't completely hate the CDI games, because they were like, they saw it. They're like, we need Zelda to fight. And they did 2 games where Zelda was the hero. So I can't completely hate the CDI games because of that fact, because they knew it. They're like, this has not been done and it needs to be done. So that is something I can praise the CDI Zelda games for, despite how not great they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, please let me know if I'm wrong. I haven't played Breath of the Wild. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom. If you guys come to me and say, well, there is a whole arc where she's not just the damsel in distress, or if you tell me, well, she actually does fight too. I don't feel like traveling with Link and assisting him, unless she's actually fighting. That's still not really quite what I'm looking for. You guys know what I mean. I want to see her take up a weapon and actually fight. I can't really think of any instance where she actually did that.
Right.
And I know I haven't played every single Zelda game in existence, but I've played most of them, or at least seen other people play most of them, you know, other than those 2, so... Hey, let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe Tears of the Kingdom does that. Maybe there's a point where Link becomes unable to fight, so Zelda does it. I would love that.
Yes.
But I also feel like that's probably not the case, because I think there would be like a dozen articles about it popping up on my Google feed, because Google knows that this is what I want. So Google would probably be like, hey, here you go. This is what you wanted. And especially they would do that because it would be something that would make me spend money.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why I'm pretty sure it still hasn't happened yet. I mean, the Zelda franchise has been progressive in other ways. I don't mean to be like, oh, the Zelda franchise is stuck in the past. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
At the same token, I'm just pointing out something where,
Yeah.
And I also feel like you don't necessarily have to give Zelda a separate game also. It could be a regular mainline Legend of Zelda game. And Link could still also be the hero. I'd be perfectly fine with her fighting alongside Link.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I say not assisting, I mean like there were some scenes where she was like escorting you to places, or like using her magic to open obstacles or something. I'm like saying I want to see her fight.
Right.
That's what I mean. So yeah, that's what I was getting at with her assisting, because I'm sure some of you would be like, but you just said, and I'm like, well, I mean, she can assist with fighting. That would still count to me. Yeah. Alright, here we go again.
Aha, that's what I messed up on. Was its face is invisible.
Oh.
And you need the thunder to open up its...
Seems like it takes a while to get back there.
Yeah. I noticed that too.
Yeah. That's what's making this take so long.
Yeah, we've had 2 tries.
Yes.
But I feel we're almost like
Yeah.
breaths away from completing this game.
Yes, I think so too.
Thanks.
See, I'm just worried because it has that one melody that's very similar to the regular temples, that I'm worried they would take that and be like, yep, it's the temple thing, we're gonna block it.
I hear ya.
Yeah, so that's why I'll have to do the test.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll upload a 5-minute clip with some minimal video editing. Not with audio editing. Just video. Just to test it. I think that's what the professionals do.
I think so too. Doing alright?
Yes. It's just thinking. My brain was just thinking.
Understandable.
Yes. It's funny how both the CDI games and the 80s cartoon, like, assumed that Link would be like really into Zelda and like wanting to kiss constantly.
Yeah, it is.
Because even in the CDI games, he's like, how about a kiss for luck? It's like, and even there, she was like, you gotta be kidding. Like, as if.
Yeah.
In both cases, Zelda was like not interested.
Yeah. I noticed.
My only real issue with Zelda's characterization in the 80s cartoon, I mean, she can be a little bit bossy, but the fact that, like, if you watch all of the episodes, there are times where you get the impression that maybe she's actually just playing hard to get. Which unfortunately kind of reinforces the, if you're pushy enough, she'll say yes, which is a really toxic thing.
Yeah, it is very toxic.
Yeah. Because I remember there were points where she was like, oh, alright, or, well, I guess you do deserve it, and it's like, no, if you don't want it, you keep telling him no. Unless you really do want it and you're playing hard to get, but that's...
cold.
Yeah. That's sending major mixed messages.
Yeah, very big mixed messages.
Yeah, so that was a little issue I had with her characterization. I mean, she could just not like him because he acts like an ungrateful brat.
Which he does.
Like, it's completely different than in the games. It's like in the show, she lets him stay in the castle. Dude gets to sleep in the castle in his own private room, and he's angry about it. He's literally angry about being able to sleep in a soft, comfortable bed.
That's the first person in history I've ever heard feel that way.
Yeah, this is episode 1. I didn't even have to watch that long to find out that first scene, first episode.
Yeah.
And the only thing that makes it better is he's got a good view of Zelda from his window, which is creepy. Very creepy.
Yes.
Especially because when he was, like, looking at her and she noticed it, she was, like, trying to cover herself.
Yeah.
Nothing was visible. Nothing untowards was visible. But I guess she was in her nightgown, maybe?
She was.
I guess that's what... Either way, it's creepy.
Yes.
It was still creepy. So yeah, she could just not want a kiss from him because of all that. That he's this ungrateful brat that just objectifies her. You know, could be. And that's not exactly the personality we wanted from our hero, so I'm sure that's why a lot of people didn't like the 80s cartoon.
Yeah, they took it as an offense.
Yeah, and the writing's a little subpar.
So you aim for the chest.
Aha. Oh, oof.
Being around to stick around that long is the big question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and we're so darn close to the end of today's episode, aren't we?
We are. We can stick around a little bit longer.
Right.
Give it one more try.
Alright. We'll do it our best, and if not, maybe we'll grind off screen or something to increase our stats, but for the most part,
Yes.
yeah. As you've seen, we've close to almost defeated.
Yeah.
Had a fighting chance with Darkheart.
Yeah.
Especially because you apparently need to use the Thunder spell to have a chance.
Yes. At least now we know.
Yes.
But you know, sometimes that happens on this channel, like, we'll stay longer, and either we do it or we don't, and then we come back, and we spend like 10 minutes, and then we beat it, and then the credits roll, and then we're like, okay, what do we do now?
Talk. Kitties.
Yeah.
Dutch. Yeah, exactly. But we try to keep you guys entertained. And,
yes. Yes.
Alright. Fight the swarm of floating heads.
Yeah.
They're annoying.
They really are. And thank you for those of you who have stuck in there this long.
Yes.
I know some people probably got tired and abandoned ship.
I hope not. But I would. That would.
Well, the view count tells me that.
Aye.
I pay attention to the stats. Something that is both necessary and necessary to pay attention to, and I've heard from some YouTubers sometimes it's necessary to not pay attention to, depending on where you're at mentally.
Yeah. That was an amusing glitch.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm on the elevator after being off the...
Yeah.
Yes. To use an old joke, we're magically in the elevator.
Yeah. Well, on The Sims 4 now, they sometimes have a glitch where, like, after they're done one task, I'll tell them to go do another task. So they'll walk over, they'll start to do the animation where they walk over to that thing, but then they'll, like, end up where they started. Like, magically. Like, for example, say a sim just finished showering and they're leaving the bathroom. So they'll start to walk towards, like, maybe I tell them to go make a pot of coffee. So they'll start to walk to the kitchen, but then, like, they'll magically be back in front of the shower. And then they'll magically appear back where they had walked to. It's a kind of weird glitch in The Sims right now.
I believe it.
And The Sims 4 is no stranger to glitches. The Sims franchise in general, no stranger to glitches.
Yeah, I'll leave that guy hanging out up there.
It's just good that we got to the point where they make updates where they patch that stuff up.
I agree.
Back when you just had your software, if you had a game-breaking glitch, you usually had to delete your save file. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I feel like in those days that could break a game franchise if you released a product that messy.
Yeah, or you know, sometimes it was just one family that became corrupt, and you're mad because you put in all this time with the family. And just because it was a stupid glitch, like, there was one where, like, the sim, like, that plays a guitar a lot, all of a sudden they'd get the guitar stuck in them.
That's horrible.
It looks hilarious, but it kind of messes the game up. I'm surprised nobody talks about that glitch anymore.
Yes.
Because I know I'm not the only one who got the guitar stuck in my sim glitch in The Sims 2. They just tend to talk about the creepier ones where, like, you'll be in the middle of aging up a toddler and something happens where they don't age up all the way, so they end up becoming this really creepy, lanky-armed toddler.
Yeah. I distinctly remember that time we played The Sims and the music got creepy, but it wasn't supposed to be, but...
Oh. Yeah, it just for some reason they randomly had creepy music that was not intentionally creepy. I don't think that was a glitch. I think it was just...
Well, we have another chance, and I know my magic is low.
Yes. It doesn't look like you can do anything without doing that, though.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
This'll be it.
We either beat him or get game over.
That we will. One way or another.
This is it.
Yes. Oof.
Oh well.
Well, we gave it our all. We'll give it a try again next episode.
Yep. So we will see you guys later. Bye.
Take care.
Thanks for sticking around.